Good morning, Kasturians. Today we are going to study replication from chapter number 6, Molecular Basis of Inheritance. So let's begin. What is DNA replication? As we all know, DNA is the basic unit of inheritance. We must copy DNA and transfer it to the daughter cell in order to provide genetic information. Each cell must replicate its DNA before division. How DNA replication occur? As we all know, DNA is a double strand polynucleotide. So the DNA replication has a semi-conservative nature. Like as it is seen, DNA has two strands and these two strands apart from each other and another new strand start forming. These two are the new strands which are synthesized. Due to this nature, DNA replication is known as semi-conservative, like one copy is conserved in each of the progeny. Like we can say this ki one strand is directly from the parent and the complementary strand is prepared in the progeny. DNA replication. DNA replication occurs in the form of replication fork. You can see over here. This is a double stranded DNA polynucleotide. The it one strand is running 5' to 3' direction, the other is 3' to 5' direction. DNA replication always occur from the 5' to 3' direction. So in this strand which we have to come opposite. So DNA replication occurs in two forms. One is leading strand and this is lagging strand. This is known as lagging strand because it is discontinuous. It forms in fragments. These fragments are known as Okazaki fragments, and afterwards these fragments are joined by ligase. The DNA replication is a quite energy consuming process. Here 3, or you can say that nucleoside triphosphate is utilized for energy production. Energy is required for the breaking of the parent DNA into two parts, one to this side and the other to this side. As the parent DNA gets aparted, then an enzyme DNA polymerase 3 comes, which does the complementation for the synthesis of new strand. For DNA replication, primer is needed. The primer is the first basic requirement for the replication process. As you can see in this picture, this is the parent strand which gets aparted, and these are the new strands which are synthesized. As we know, the DNA polymerization means the beginning of the synthesis, goes from the direction 5' to 3'. So here as the end is 3' of the parent end, so the synthesis is in regular manner. While on the other hand, being the parental strand ended with the 5' direction, so the synthesis cannot be regular. It has to start from this point. So from here it gives to the formation of lagging strands, like 5' to 3', then again 5' to 3', 5' to 3', and these lagging strands have gap in between them. These gaps are known as nick, and afterwards these gaps are sealed by an enzyme ligase. These small strands of DNA, which are lagging strands, are known as Okazaki fragments. While if we look towards the leading strand, this is the leading strand. How the synthesis of leading strand takes place? In the beginning, RNA polymerase is required. It works as a primase. Then DNA polymerase come in picture. These are the DNA polymerase. The yellow parts are the DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase come in picture and they add nucleotide. These are the addition of the nucleotide in complementation with the parent DNA. This is how DNA replicates itself and form a new strand. As I have told you, a primer is needed. The primer is known as RNA primer, synthesized by the enzyme primase, and it acts as the starter for the DNA polymerase 3. Only one primer is required for the leading strand, while for lagging strands we need the number of RNA primer depending upon the number of Okazaki fragments we are having. Why we need RNA primer? RNA primer is needed because it has 3-OH group free, to which the first nucleotide is bound. We have already studied about the 3-OH group through which the phosphodiester linkage occurs. There are some steps while performing DNA replication. These steps are following. First of all, there is the identification of the origin of replication, from where the replication has to be started, and then unwinding of the double strand DNA. Then a replication fork form and initiation of the DNA synthesis begin. Then elongation, then primer removal. After the removal of the primer, then ligation, addition of the Okazaki fragments, and then reconstitution of the chromatin. You will get to know about it in more details when we are going to study DNA replication in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. This is just an overview, introduction of DNA replication. First, we need to introduce DNA replication to ourselves. The replication has following components. DNA polymerase. It stands for deoxynucleotide polymerase. We have helicase enzyme. It processes the unwinding of the DNA. The DNA is a coiled structure. It uncoils the DNA and separates the both two strands. Then we have topoisomerase. Topoisomerase is the enzyme which relieves the torsion. You can see in this picture, when the DNA is aparting from each other, there become a tension here. So topoisomerase works over here in relieving the tension over here, so that it can apart from each other easily, and unwinding of the DNA can take place. We need RNA primase. It initiates the synthesis of RNA primer. As we have seen, RNA primer, the red part, you can see in the beginning, red part, RNA primer is required because it has 3-OH free, so that it could initiate the synthesis of the new strand. We too have SSB protein. This is known as single strand binding protein. This single strand binding protein joins over here. These are SSB protein. The working of SSB protein is to keep the parent DNA strands apart from each other. It joins to keep them away from each other. If SSB protein is removed from this part, then these parent DNA will attach to each other and premature annealing of the DNA takes place. And afterwards we are having DNA ligase. DNA ligase seals the nick between the nascent chain, or you can say that Okazaki fragment chain. Here we have ligase. Everything will be more clear when we will study about replication in prokaryotes. So in our next class we will be studying about replication of prokaryotes. Till then, read about these enzymes and try to learn about the activity of these enzymes. It will be difficult for you to remember in the beginning, but as you will be in habit of them, you keep on revising it, then you will be able to understand more effectively. Thank you.